Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, this was really good. We're building an audience for you. Pardon my voice. I don't know if anybody's going to go live, and y'all please, again, pardon my voice. Preach hard this weekend. Teaching hard this weekend. Hopefully this thing let me know if a few of y'all come on. I just had to come on and say something about what's going on today. It's beyond amazing to me. It is, and then again, it isn't. How our sheeple, I mean, people have been duped, tricked, bamboozled, ran amok. I'm just, like I'm in a state of awe from the top to the bottom. And I want to talk about it. I want to see what y'all thoughts are on it. I don't know how far I'll get tonight. If it doesn't look like it's a good night, I'll go in on it tomorrow. But I got to talk about it because it's sad. Like, this is a sad turn of events. But I must say, I have thoroughly, and I repeat, I have thoroughly enjoyed the greatest reality show on earth, the presidential election. This thing don't really tell me. I just want to go over a few things. It doesn't matter if anybody is tuned in live or whatever. It's late. My voice is almost gone, and I'm sitting in the dining room, just sitting here, thinking to myself, "This is amazing." Like, I'm in a state of awe, but then it's almost like a split. I'm kind of just, I don't know. There are probably no words to really explain how I feel right now when I look at the state of our people. I want to go over just a few things, if I may. And, you do what you will with this information. But I want to just say that my heart really burns. I have to remind myself that the Bible tells me not to be not to find myself caught up or entangled in the affairs of this world. But it's just amazing to me the strong delusion that's over our people regarding the reality show. I mean, come on, I've been watching reality TV off and on. We've had it since, the Real World, back in the 90s. Well, this is the greatest reality show known to man. It's called the presidential election of the so-called United States. And I think there's a few things that I just want to just bring our people up to some knowledge on. The preachers are not going to tell you. The politicians are just that. They're liars. And, I'm already been pushed away. I'm already blackballed and rejected. Listen to me good. I don't have any ties. There are no strings on my back, no connections, and nobody has a hand in my back. So I'm going to say the truth. And I pray that the truth will set whom is supposed to be set free today. That's what I'm going to say. Where do I begin? I'm not going to go into a long spiel about how the election is fake. For those that know me and follow any of our work, we have provided not just an opinion, not a conspiracy theory. We have provided undoubting evidence that, first of all, an election or the vote, we have grabbed hold so tight of, the idea, the theory of this voting democracy or what have you, that it's a hoax. And I'm not going to spend a long time saying that, but for those that have any pursuit towards what is right and what is true, go research. Y'all got Google, do those things. Not everything on the internet is a viable source, but understand that there are some things that you can fact check for yourself. Don't take my word for it. But I'm here to tell you that the election is a hoax. It is a reality show ran by Zionists, Jews / Mason / corporation slave owners. I could go on and on with the adjectives and expressions to describe the elite that run this world. Nothing in this world works the way you think it does. I'm going to say that again. Nothing in this world works the way you think it does. And I'm going to tell y'all something that a lot of folk, you're not going to probably be able to stand it, especially those of you that is all caught up in this racial divide that's going on. I guess I better just start with the debate that that we just witnessed, which is better. I mean, just good television. I mean, I had me a milkshake. Listen to me. I was 100%. And I was lamping. You understand what I'm telling you? And it just amazes me how I'm watching the black preachers all over the place make mockery of Donald Trump. And let me just say this before anybody cuts me off and discuss. I am by a long shot not a follower or supporter of Donald Trump. I am fully aware of the racism. I'm fully aware of the prejudice. I'm fully aware of the insensitive dialogue that have been going on in rhetoric that have spewed out of his mouth for the last couple years and beyond. But I'm just amazed at the black preachers who are not prepared to educate our people, and they're too scared to even take a side. But they do it in an open-ending way by just saying, let's make fun of Donald Trump. Okay? Let me just say this. Donald Trump is of the devil. That's number one. I don't care what, much respect to Pastor Steve Parson, but I don't care. He's of the devil. But I need to make another statement to help our people out, because this is something you're not going to get from Al Sharpton. This is something you're not going to get from Jesse Jackson. This is something you're not going to get from some of our so-called civil rights leaders. And that is Hillary Clinton. And I need y'all to hear me good. Hillary Clinton is not a supporter of black people. And I got to break this down because most of you don't really like Hillary Clinton. You're just under the idea that you cannot vote for Donald Trump and that you must support somebody. So therefore, you're going to take the lesser of two evils, which is Hillary Clinton. That, first of all, let me just get something straight to you. Let me educate you, because I don't have a horse in this race. I understand that both of these folks are puppets that are here to carry out an agenda that is much bigger than either one of these puppets. And therefore, you're hearing from a non-biased voice tonight. And that is Hillary Clinton is a starch racist. I don't like that word, but for those who will listen and understand today, prejudice is a good word to describe her. She is an undercover redneck. Let me just give it to you straight. And I know the rest of these Democrats / preachers are not going to tell you that because, let's just fight against Trump. Yeah, let's fight against Trump, but let's fight against Hillary Clinton. I said Hillary Clinton. Let's fight against Hillary Clinton. Because the truth of the matter is, if you just do your research, I found out just by watching this debate and looking at y'all little comments and browsing my timeline, that a lot of y'all focused on how bad of a dialect, how bad his grammar and all these things. Yeah, you're right. He's ignorant, just ignoramus. I agree. But I want you to understand that if you're not careful, you'll find yourself picking one liar over the next liar because one liar is polished and the other liar is much more straightforward to get to his deception or her deception. They're both liars. Listen to me. They're both criminals. Neither one of them have black people. Let me just say this to people of color, and I use the word black for lack of knowledge, for purposes of lack of knowledge, because none of us are black. But let me just say this. She doesn't like black people. Well, where did I get that from? Where did I get that from? You all killed me with her support of Barack Obama, who, by the way, she was tearing to pieces not too long ago. It's all WWE. It's wrestling. But in case some of you all don't know, I challenge you to research. Get back with me. Don't go and talk about me. Don't say, oh, no. Go check, because there's a term I use in my church and I introduce to people on the radio when I travel, and that's called cognitive dissonance. And what cognitive dissonance is when you have not heard something before and it's introduced to you for the first time. Most of the time, you go into a place of shock mentally and you say, well, it can't be. That can't be the case. Oh, that just couldn't be. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, shake out of it. Because I'm challenging you to do your due diligence. I am telling you today, Hillary Clinton, self-proclaimed. This is not a conspiracy theory. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Hillary Clinton is self-proclaimed, propelled, and motivated and mentored by a man by the name of Mr. Robert Byrd, head Klansman Robert Byrd, who she brags about being poured into and studying his ideology, his thought patterns. She's also connected to Planned Parenthood and other groups. I forget the gal's name, Margaret. Do your information on your seat, who is also a Klansman. Her husband was never the first black president. Bill Clinton was just another criminal and another crook who played a saxophone, who smoked weed and cheated on his wife. And then the rest of you ignorant folks decided to say that's a black man. I disagree. Everybody that smoked weed and cheated on their wife is not a black man. And you all grabbed him. I mean, they put him in the Black Hall of Fame. And nobody's saying anything about that. Man incarcerated more black males than, listen to me good, he incarcerated more black males than 2 to 3, I believe, of the previous so-called Republican, and we'll talk about that. But I don't want to stay there for a minute. I just want to educate you that while you're thinking that Trump is the big racist, the big, oh, he doesn't, listen to me, Hillary Clinton is equally, if not worse, against black folks. I want you to understand. Why am I spending so much time talking about her? Because y'all have already gotten it in your head that he's evil, so I don't have to go over that road. Just in case you're tuning in late, I'm not a supporter of Donald Trump. Please come on, knock it off. What I'm telling you today is that you've been lied to. There's a lot of things I want to talk about. And I don't know if anybody's live. It's not even telling me right now if anybody's live. But I'm telling you, and I challenge you all to listen to me. The issues that were debated tonight were a joke. It was basically an argument over who treats black people the worst, who hates black people more. And like the Bible says, you love to have it so. I'm gonna spend more time coming. It's hard for me to go live and all this. I'm not used to all of this, but I have to get up because with the technology and what's going on, because this is the wave. This is how the people are going to be reached. I still need to I need to talk to the folks about what's going on with this flag and Colin Kaepernick and all of this. I mean, listen to the issues. ISIS. I'm not going to go into it tonight, but if you all want it, just request it. If you all want it, I'll come and talk about it. What is ISIS? I'm so tired of folks talking about the fight against ISIS. I sat there and heard it tonight, and I've told you all before, over and over and over again, ISIS doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. I understand that's too much for you to take. There's some cognitive dissonance going. It's happening right now. But I need you to understand it doesn't exist. Don't you understand that America's so-called war on terrorism is a total hoax? That America isn't waging war on ISIS or other terrorist groups, or they're all created, by the way. Just like Al-Qaeda and the rest of them. These are excuses to invade. These are excuses to go in and do what America does best. Let me tell you what, or let me say the United States. Because by the way, you do know that the United States is not the same thing as America. Oh, you didn't know that, did you? And that may be what some of the confusion is coming in, that you think that the United States is the same thing as America. First of all, there is really, truly no more America as you know it. There is a United States, and there's a difference between the two. The United States is owned and ran and backed and motivated and pushed by Rome, the Vatican, the British monarchy. Are y'all listening to me today? But America is the place where melanated, colored folks lived well before any of our Caucasoid friends, brothers and sisters, invaded. Way before these folk came and divided and conquered. Y'all need to come. We need to have some talks. Because they lied to you. The United States election is not the same thing as America. That's why it's called United States of America. You see, the United States is a private corporation. That's another topic. That's another conversation that we need to have, and we need to have it very soon if y'all are interested in having it. And so nothing works the way you think it works. And so when you all march to go vote at the polls, please remember that a poll is a survey. A survey, that's what you do when you have a poll. You have a survey. That's a survey. You're not actually selecting a president. You're only electing from whom they have selected. We'll talk about that as well. For some reason, it's not telling me if anybody's commenting or talking or what. So I don't know if there are any questions coming through. I'm not exactly certain. But I want everybody to understand and be well aware, to be well assured that this is a joke. Everybody is up in arms about this flag deal. Let me just touch on this, and I may come back tomorrow and say it. Let me just touch on this about this flag deal. I told y'all a long time ago to not get all up beside yourself over this Confederate flag argument. Let them folks have those Confederate flags. We got folks arguing and fussing and marching and protesting over Confederate flags when you got an American flag that have hung more niggas. Are y'all hearing me today? That have hung, raped, abused, molested, robbed more black and other folks of all colors, under the American flag. Y'all are fussing about the Confederate flag, and the flag that has more blood on it is the American flag. When they take that flag down, now you got my attention. Other than that, y'all keep riding around in your big trucks with your Confederate flags. Do what you do. It doesn't bother me one bit. Because I understand that all of this is a distraction. It's a sidebar. It's not the real deal. And these preachers that want to dibble in it and dabble in it, let me just say something to you. Because I see you on Facebook. I see you peeking at me. A lot of y'all peek at me. A whole lot of y'all don't even comment on the things that I say. But you want to be my friend because you never know when I'm going to do something like this and say some things. Or, you know, you can count on me to bring you the real raw report. Let me just say this real quick. I don't want to hear all this talk that y'all did about the Confederate flag and all this, because my question, I'm going to bring it back tomorrow. My question is, do you have an American flag up in your church? Y'all got the ice water challenge. Y'all got the pretty face challenge. Y'all got to do this challenge, do that. I got a challenge for the preachers. Here it is. Take your flag down out of your church. How could you be a believer in the true and living God and have an American flag and for which it stands? How could you have it? You've been duped. You've been tricked. You all fuss about Colin Kaepernick. My church, I've been pastoring 10 years. We never had an American flag. I've always forbidded the posting, the standing of an American flag. That's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to be in God's house. It's a disgrace for people of color. It's a disgrace for people of who are not considered people of color or don't consider themselves people of color. I'll talk more about that flag. I just want to make you all think tonight how you have been tricked. So I got a challenge I'm going to put out tomorrow called to take the flag down. You got a pastor that got an American flag. I want to know why you got an American flag in your church. Do you believe in what the American flag represents? Because it's waving, it's blowing in the air for abortion. It's blowing in the air for a same-sex marriage. It's blowing in the air for police shooting folks down. It's blowing in the air for subprime lending loans, taking advantage of people. It's blowing in the air for poor living conditions, poor schools, education. It's blowing in the air. And you got it right in your church talking about I pledge allegiance to the flag. And don't get me started on the so-called Star-Spangled Banner or the national anthem, which I'll talk more about because I keep telling you, you don't live in America, a country. You live in the United States. And the United States is not a country. The United States is a corporation. A privately owned corporation. Countries have kings. Countries have queens. Countries, are y'all listening to me? Corporations have presidents. Corporations have vice presidents, secretaries. If you don't know these things, you're lost. And while y'all are full of the Holy Ghost and jumping around and sweating, and then going to tell people to go and vote, I'm telling you, you are wasting your time. So no, don't ask me, am I voting for Trump or Hillary Clinton? Because I absolutely 100% will not. I'd rather watch reruns of MASH. I'm telling you tonight, it's real. There's a lot we need to talk about, and I'm coming back. I don't know if anybody will see this, but I want you to begin to research some of the things that I'm saying to you today. That's it. I don't even know if y'all can handle another 4 years of what you just received. And I know a lot of y'all gonna get mad because y'all already know, no, I do not support. No, I did not support. A lot of y'all fought me on the radio because before your president, Barack Obama, was put into office, y'all came on the radio saying, what's wrong with you? You're not happy a black man is in office. I told you all I stood flat-footed. I put my reputation on the line. I said, when your president gets finished this term, he'll be, listen to me, black people will be in a worse condition than they've been in 40 years. Now, which one of you going to look at me straight and tell me that I wasn't right? You tell me how your so-called black president have made it better for black people. Knock it off. Y'all crazy. What I'm telling you is that you better go do your research. Maybe I need to go live. Y'all scared to come to the Word Church? Y'all afraid for people to know you even know me, talk to me. A lot of you preachers, folks, and other people inbox me and tell me, oh, you're right. And I always support and listen to what you say, but you're afraid to let people know. Cowards. Cowards. Maybe I need to go live so your people can hear it and hear the truth that you're not telling them anyway. Everything I'm saying tonight can be, listen to me, can be proven, has been proven with evidence. Where's your evidence? Where is your evidence? Somebody brought up, I'm going to deal with it because I see somebody brought up on my page about the birth certificate. First of all, understand this. Your president wasn't born in the United States. Donald Trump apologized for another reason. He wasn't wrong. Your president wasn't born in the United States. But here's the part two to that. It doesn't matter. Who cares where he was born? Because he doesn't have to be born here to be the president of a corporation called the United States. And that's the part y'all fail to realize. You don't have any grounds. And that's what Trump found out, but they're not telling you. He doesn't have any grounds to prove that. He can be the president of this corporation. But just for your information, FYI, he is not from here. He is not a Muslim. Listen to me. He's not some rebel Muslim. All of this is propaganda. He's not who you think he is. Go look up Mr. Barry Soetoro. That's your president's real name. You didn't know that, did you? Go look up Barry Soetoro. Go look him up. You didn't know that. All you know is you got a black president, but you haven't been educated because you had a black president. This country was started, and listen to me, this country was occupied well before there was ever a white man or anybody else here. Listen to me, even before the so-called Native Americans, and we don't use the term Indian, but even before that, this place was full of melanated, colored folks. And your first president of the 13 colonies, I believe, was a man by the name of Mr. Hanson, who was murdered, I believe. So our first black president was a black man or a man of color. And I keep hearing y'all talk about, oh, but he's a black president. He's a black president. Let me tell you something. He's also, with that way of thinking, he's also half, listen to me, he's also half white. If that's your line of thinking. See, because last time I checked, color is not a qualification anyway. And anytime you see a black man put into office, 9 times out of 10, look for that place to bring black folks down like never before. You don't believe it? Go ask Richmond City Public Schools. Go ask them about our mayor, Dwight Jones. Ain't nobody gonna say it. I told y'all 6 years ago. I told y'all 8 years ago. Y'all want to talk. Y'all mad with him. I've been told you. Rest of y'all going, shh. I'm on the radio. I'm putting it out. Shout out to Preston Brown. Shout out WCLM Radio, who put the information out about the secrets the money they was being exchanged with Dominion Power, all these different things that were going on. We put that information out there, and you all ignored it. Now our kids are suffering. There's a whole lot I want to talk about on Facebook Live. Maybe I do need to start going live. I know you still stuck on the fact I said your president name is Barry Soetoro. I hope you're checking that. He's an actor. Maybe we need to have a Facebook Live and just talk about the terms and the words that they use every day in front of you to make a fool out of you. And they have made just fools out of our people, and I'm sick of it, man. And the Bible says the leaders cause the people to error. They make jackasses all out of every one of you. Out of us. I'm going to end this live tonight because I could go on. And I didn't touch on any of these topics in depth. If you're interested in us having these conversations and you think that I need to go more in depth, if you think that we need to go into more detail, I'm with it. Until then, no, pardon my English, but no. Listen to me. I'm going to say this in incorrect grammar. I've been told y'all not to stand or observe or sing that national anthem that was written by Mr. Francis Scott Key, known racist, for lack of better words. Who in that song that you sing so proudly has a verse that you ought to go check out. While I'm talking, go pull up the lyrics to the national anthem and you will see that it brags about not letting a slave go. I've been told y'all that. Somebody need to tell you. I need to talk tomorrow a little bit about these chips. I've been told you about the chips. I stood the people up in my church over a year ago. Had people that work in the banks to tell you it won't go be no more swipe. They was going to put the chip in your card. You was going to go to the store and your card's going to start declining because they're going to force your card, which has not expired, to go bad on you. And it's happening. And I hear y'all talking about it on Facebook. I've been told you what it was going to be about. What's coming next? I told you they're getting ready to mess the water system up. Go to my website. Go to PastorRobScarborough.com and get the series Unplugged. Download it to your phone where I expose to you about your president, Barry Soetoro, a.k.a. Barack Obama. When I tell you that Black Lives Matter, we're going to talk about that too. I expose to you what Black lives, not lives, lies matter, what it's really about, who came up with it. Who's funding it? I told you. I told you about the upcoming shootings. I told you about the racial tension that they are literally conjuring up to make white folks and black folks hate each other. When the truth is they really don't hate each other. The truth is they can't stay out of the bed. They cannot stay out of bed with each other. I have seen more mixed relations than I have ever seen in my entire life. And they keep putting on front of you in television, tell lies to your vision. They keep making you think that everybody hate each other. So we feel awkward. If you go to a restaurant, be honest, you feel awkward because you keep seeing the stuff on TV, but the stuff you see on TV don't really add up to what you see when you actually get in public with people. Folks are just uncomfortable. But who gonna say something about this? Way before, I told folks what we had to do. People of color, I'm the one that called and told you to boycott Christmas. Start with Christmas and work your way to an economic plan to make these people respect you. They don't respect you marching. They don't respect you sweating, funky, walking around, yelling on a bullhorn, we shall overcome. I've been told you that if they're going to respect you, they got to respect you because you respect yourself and you put your money back in your pocketbook since you're the number one spender, but you're the poorest people on planet Earth. There's a problem with that. And I got these folk. I see y'all, all of y'all. I'm just going to calm down. For those that listen to this, PastorRobScarborough.com. Go there, get the series called Unplugged. Get the series called Unplugged. I'm going to come back. If you have any suggestions, anything you want me to come on and talk about, or we can talk about together. For some reason, I'm not getting any comments. I don't even know if this is going live. But this is my post-debate commentary / rant / rebuttal. I'm going to leave it alone. Y'all pass this around. Get back with me. Of course, for those who do not know, I'm Pastor Rob Scarborough, and I'm checking out. Good night. I love all of y'all. And I'll see y'all next time we go live.